Come on in, everybody. All right. Come on in. Let's see if I can add a few people. See if I can come on in here. Come on in, y'all. This is gonna be a major download today. See if we can get everybody in here. Everybody in this vid. Come on in, y'all. Star Seed Genealogy Class 101. The University of the Universe. This is the Master's class. Come on in, y'all. Like I said, y'all save y'all questions for the end. Share this video. Being in Miss Cobra. Try to get as many of y'all in here as I can. How y'all doing? We have already ascended. This is the master's class for the master students and students who wish to be master teachers and the master teachers. I am the Grand Master XI. Get all y'all in here. All right. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome. Let me get situated.
You are now listening to FBC satellite radio broadcasting.
All right. Through all
Get
dimensions.
ready to hear the soothing sounds.
Come on in, y'all. Come on in.
Light a fat joint and enjoy the rest of the Odyssey.
Get this up in
Stay
here.
tuned and later we'll be taking some calls. Hit the line.
How y'all doing?
718-30.
Come on in. All right, guys. Welcome to today's class, the University of the Universe. This is your Grand Master Lord XI, and this is Gene X, Part 4, the amphibians, okay? The son of Nammu, Nommo, Return of King Nommo. So we talk about the Dogons, the Ogdogs, all that good stuff. So we're going to be jumping into that. Got a lot of profound information to bring to you guys. This is why it's been taking such a while. I'm going to go ahead and everybody share this video. Go ahead and take a hit, everybody. Let's honor our Syrian ancestors. For those of you who don't know, cannabis comes from Sirius. Cannabis. See? All right, guys. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to have to move your guys' comments so I can't see them. And here we go, guys. So, Gene X, Part 4, the amphibians, okay? We're going to talk about the Dogons, Series B. Dogon, dog, own. We know that own is a representation of on, or on high, which is the most high, okay? The egg is the world, the golden egg, Sa-Ra. In ancient Kemet, you see the goose next to the golden egg. Okay, this is representation of the golden souls and the golden beings, okay? These are Sa-Ra, son of the sun. So when y'all see me and I say Sa-Ra, I'm calling you a son of the sun. Shout out to all 10 people watching 9 Minds. This is for those who are on the path of completion. So the Nommos and the Ogdogs, okay? These are 8D and 10D beings, okay? The 8 represents the 8th dimension. Okay, the story of the 8 Almost, the progenitor of the Dogons. The word progenitor means a person or a thing which a person descends from or originates an ancestor or a parent. This means that they have a direct bloodline from Saru or Sawu, which is Sirius B. This connects to Malai and Mansa Musa, who was a direct descendant of the Nomos and Ogdods, who was in control of harvesting gold. So they would come down to Mansa Musa and pick up gold. All right, guys. So it is said that the Nomos, right, brought a basket to the earth. Now, this basket is depicted all over the world, all over ancient Kemet, everywhere. You see these beings carrying this basket. This basket is the same basket or handbag you see the Anunnaki or Wanakam carrying. The various gods across the planet depict holding bags or baskets. This represents the placement of germinated star seeds and the harvest of those seeds. Okay? The basket in Dogon culture represents the universe and various stars and constellations. The Pleiades or the Pleiades to the north, the Orion to the south, and of course Sirius. They paid close attention to these stars because they were at war. Say this again, they paid very close attention to these stars because at any moment these stars could go to war and over the earth and descend upon and invade the earth. Currently, right now, we are surrounded by ships. This is what keeps things leaving the earth and keeps things from coming into the earth. The Orion is placed in front of them in order to keep them at bay. All right. This is because we were at war with them. Okay. So let's see. Orion is also home to melanated reptilians as well as the Riskians, and the Plegarians are those from Jupiter's portal system. Okay, a lot of writing on this one. So for the Dogon, all right, Sirius B was the first star created by God or An, who is a dragon, by the way. It represents the firmament of the universe. Now, I say this again. God of your Bible, God, period, the person that everyone prays to, is a dragon. All right? So is his brother, which is depicted as Lucifer or whatever. These are dragons. Celestial dragons. Okay? All matter in Dogon culture, it is said that all matter developed from Sirius, including souls, which which follow the spiral pattern and motion of the Sirius constellation. This is also symbolizing in the intertwined baskets or the two serpents, okay, representing the two twin serpents of Sirius. All right, the Nommo cult. The old legend tells us that when God of the universe, okay, which is Amma, sent the Nomos to Earth. They were half men, half amphibian. Okay, the Ark of the World. This Ark is depicted all over the world. It is depicted in the walls in Kemet. All right, the walls in Kemet show you what? Asaru, which is the Nomos of his time, the genetic scientist of his time, right? On his what? His solar boat, taking the souls from Duat into the underworld, into the heavens. All right, to Sirius. After they went through their passages and stuff like that. So this is the Ark of the World, in which Nommo is a progenitor of humanity. Okay. So Nomos derives from a Dogon word which means to do well. This is what it really means is masters of water. Okay. Nammu in ancient Sumeria is the creator of Nomos and Ogdods, who is Amma. Nama or Namur or Nu, the goddess of the sea, my mother, Medusa. She gave birth to An, heaven, and Ki, earth, the gods. The genetic mother of heaven. I was incarnated as Nammu in 2112 BC. Nammu was responsible for ordering the construction of the ziggurats of If anybody wonders what means fire. And Ru. It's just a play on the words or the spelling. Nammu is the goddess who gave birth to the gods. She is Nana Boruku, which is reptilian for mother of the underground or mother of the Ku. Okay, the solar soul. Okay, because you have the Ba, the Ka, and the Ku. I teach Nuwaku, the origins of the soul. Okay. So the word matrix or matrix can even be traced back to the Nommo Elish, guys. You could look in the Nommo Elish and you will see the word matrix right next to the word Tiamat. And I broke down in previous videos what matrix comes from and how that comes from Tiamat and how does Mayat come down. These are fragmentations of the celestial consciousness. All right. So the matrix is stated, and it goes back to the Akkadian tablets in the Nommo Elish. It says, when heaven above was not yet known, for earth was yet not called by a name, but the primeval Apsu, their begotter in the matrix, Tiamat. Tiamat is the matrix that you're on. Okay? So it goes all the way back to Sumerian. It says, she gave birth to them all who were mingling in their waters and became one. This is the first singularity and the first split into another dimension. Okay, so now the Ogdad, the Kamunu, notice the Ka-mu, Nammu. She puts her stamps in it. You can literally see which beings put their stamp in it by just looking at the words, usually in the middle of it or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like how you get Anubis. You can drop the bis and you got Anu. Now you know who's behind that mask, because in ancient Kemet, these are showing reptilians who had other forms and features that were wearing masks and various things like that in different species too. Okay. So the Ogdad are seen as humans with animals' heads, just depicted as frogs and snakes. Okay, frogs are associated with biogenetic experiments, and the snake is the DNA, representing the two double helix, the two strands. As when humans are all one. I mean, it says, what did I write? It says biogenetic in the snake, the DNA. As when humans are in one, they are amphibian, reptilian, simian, and then mammalian. This is with the stages that the human goes through as we are getting birth, or as the woman is conceiving a child. The child is an amphibian, then there's a reptilian, then it becomes simian, then it becomes mammalian. These take up all the four parts of your brain that all the celestial beings came down to give you these aspects of themselves to make up the totality of you as a star being or a new being. Okay, new representing the stars. Being is a state of mind, as a state of being or an embodiment of a celestial consciousness or energy, guys. Okay, shout out to all 4 people watching this. This ain't for the masses. This is for the few, those who are able to really tune in, tap in, and watch. You know what I'm saying, and get something from this, because this ain't for everybody. This is not something for a mass scale of people, and taking account that Facebook is also shadow banning my stuff, so they probably would kick a lot of people out as well, because they don't want people to get a hold of this information. A lot of people be like, oh yeah, Facebook. No, this is real on my page. Like, the stuff I really be kicking, they really do not want you to know, because this is real information. Okay, I'm not channeling, I am broadcasting a signal. Channelers pick up a channel, meaning that something has to whisper to them in their ear, and they have to hope that they're right. Okay, broadcasters know, just like the Dogons just knew about the star system Sirius. They just knew. They just know. There's no learning. They just know, because it's innately. This is the difference between me and other people and others of us. They don't know. They have to research and pull things from the surface and pull all these other things instead of just knowing. Okay, this is the difference between believing a lie, and knowing. All right. So it was believed, right? In Kim or Kemet, we were never Egyptians. Egypt is like calling someone a nigger at that time. You are a Nubian or an Ethiopian or Ethiopian. Okay. It was believed in Kim that before the world was formed, there was a watery mask of dark, directionless chaos. In chaos lived the Ogdwad, or the Ogdod, of Kamunu, 4 snakes and 4 frogs, 8 representing the infinity. These deities are Noon, Nunet, water, Amun. So this is where we get the creation of Amun from. Because Amun is a representation of what? Light in the sun. But it says that Amun and Amunet represent invisibility. So the light that we are seeing is an illusion because the true light is invisible. It is the unseen. It is the dark light. It's the emanation. It's the eminence seeping out of the darkness, out of the chaos. Okay? So here you see, right? Amun, Amunet is invisibility. Here in Heunet is infinity. And Kek and Koket is darkness. Okay? This means that Amun is a reptilian amphibious being. Okay? So we all end our prayers with Amen, Amun, or something of the such, who is Amu, or Anhu, or Anu. But Anu is the lesser version of that. That's the other brother, and that goes into some other stuff. Okay? The father, the sky father, the father of the skies. Okay? The creator of the skies, the male principle of that. Okay? So that means that when you say Amen, you are praying to a dragon. Okay? So chaos existed without light, and thus Kek and Koket came to represent the darkness. The enemy is the Pleiadians. Okay? Not all Pleiadians, but generally most of them. You can get converted or whatever, stuff like that. Who want to push their influence. This is why it says in the biblical text, can you bind the influences of Pleiades? Can you loosen Orion's belt? Okay? Orion needs his belt loosened so he can strangle the fuck out of that bull, which is Taurus. Okay? Which is Aldebaran. Okay? Because they have to strangle the influences. In the higher realms, okay, information is currency. Okay, so you can literally control an entire people by what? Controlling the information that you input into their reality. This is why you can't look at not a single metaphysics thing without them mentioning Pleiadians. You can't. You cannot literally, Pleiadians, they literally embedded themselves into the fabric of reality. They embedded themselves as the higher beings, while us, the reptilian, the Nagas, the niggas, now you guys see how cosmic racism works. Same way here. Up there, hey, let's go ahead and just change a couple images and put them to us. They'll be worshiping us, and now they're who they are is lost. Same thing, cosmic information. You have libraries, pyramids, as above, so below. So they go to all these places just like their descendants here. They go through all these different places and all these different cultures, and they rate their cultures. This is what they do. They take prized possessions of different things. This is why they show them depicting them killing our mother, the dragon. This is why you see the false Anunnaki wearing horns on their head, because it's not symbolizing the bull, it's symbolizing them destruction of the dragon. And then when you see the other ones with the bull horns, you're seeing them, the Orion faction, as in destroying the bull. So this is why we really wore bulls. The bull horns is not a symbol of the phallic or anything like that. It actually symbolized the defeating and the killing of Aldebaran star system, because these are locked in the eternal war. Okay, it says the kingdom of heaven suffers violence. This is the eternal war. Okay, between the stars. So it says the enemy of the Pleiades, because the enemy of the Pleiades, they want to push their influence over the earth. They want to push their influence of love and light, which is a deception. Okay, we come here in the name of the order of chaos and darkness. For only when you are away from the spectacle, okay, illusions of Elu, the light, do you truly see the light that I have placed within you. Okay. So the seeding of gene 818 All right, this is the self-replication sequence gene. Okay, so they come here after they came here. Well, we came here after Maldek, a watery planet home of the amphibious beings who are now Greys, who dropped a hydrogen bomb a hydrogen bomb produced by an ion particle accelerator, which exploded and broke the timelines, allowing Allahu to escape and his henchmen, which are the Pleiades and stuff like that. This is where this is why we mined planets for their monatomic structure and monatomic matters for various galaxies. So Sirius is called Shisha in Sanskrit. Okay, the story of Dravidia or the King Dravidia or the Dravidians. Dravidian in my language means dragon or serpent man. But they built memory stones and they were worshippers of snakes. Now the origin of Gene X, the Romans stole the sound, right, or the symbol X from the Phoenicians. Okay, the phoenix, which is a representation of the fire bird or the fire reptilian and how he ascends into a bird, right? Because you go through various stages of evolution a lot faster in other planes of existence than we do here. Okay. From the Chaldeans of Ur. All right. The Romans were the cursed seed of Cain. Okay. Close the door. She's not here. Close the door, Kaiser. No. Thank you. Okay. Is the cursed seed of Cain. Cain is descendant of the dog faction of Sirius A in Orion, who betrayed their people. Okay. And by sharing genetic secrets with the Pleiades, which are the Pleiadians. Cain is a canine, is canon. Cain's punishment was to roam the earth. This is why they are called Romans, because they are roaming the earth. This is what they do in the stars. This is what they do down here. Okay? The mark of Cain was a recessive genetics. These genetics cause a virus within the DNA that produces a hemophilia and porphyria. People with these diseases and these recessive genes have a craving to drink blood. They are a hybrid which descended from satyrs from Aldebaran, which they mate with. So when you see Aldebarans, the primal Aldebarans, those are satyrs. They have like half human, half legs, and these are spacefaring satyrs. Like, not too much to go into them. Y'all know about the Aldebaran thing. So, which is why in Europe we see Pan or Pan. Pan is Pleiades, is a pata of Pleiades, as they steal titles to copy and replicate their image, replicate it in their image. On the dog, Anubis having sex with a sheep or goat, which is Gula, to produce an Enkiduite or a Shaggy or a Bigfoot, from which 6 genes were spliced in order for them to produce fur. This is why we never catch Bigfoot. He is an interterrestrial or a paradimensional. Paradimensionals are beings or a being that dwells in 2 densities or more, or 2 or more dimensions at once, meaning that they can teleport or they can dimensionalize or materialize. Or dematerialize. Okay? Bring your pen and paper. This is we going really in. So they are hold on, let me find some better little music real quick. Play it in the background. So this is for those who are really, really interested. Alright. Get some nice calming music going. Alright, guys, so they are created as a warrior class from Orion, depicted as Chewbacca or the Wookiees. This is also encoded within your Baphomet, which is a composite of several anthropomorphic figures in which the goat is also the dog, via the god Gula, who is also the god of sheep herding and dogs. All right, this is why when y'all see the Baphomet, it says Gula. in it. Koa Gula. It is telling you who the real God is. Elvis, Elvis Levi composite that of several different images in order for you to create that being. So you're worshiping a new image. A wise person, my uncle once told me, you change the image, you change history. If it is not exactly how it was depicted at that time, any slight alterations to it or any errors to it, you alter history, you alter time. Think about it. If we had for thousands of years, we have Roman Catholic priests have been worshiping Black Madonna, Black this and this and this, right? But look at the rest of the world. They have the real history. They worship the real shit, but look at how they give the rest of the world. You just by the wrong information, the inkling of the wrong information, you could change history. Okay? This is why it's very important to tune in, okay? So I just wanted to tell y'all that, all right? So the anthropomorphic figure, which is the goat, which is also the dog, okay? Because they were sacrificing dogs before they were sacrificing the goat. Okay, it's a sacrificial. It's not about the Baphomet. It's about a principle of sacrifice and the scapegoat. Meaning, I did this, but let's blame it on them. And who's been the scapegoat for everything since we lost Kemet, Egypt, and all these places? Us. We've been the scapegoats because we are the real gods. And I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to go deep and I'm going to open up my Bible too and talk to you about the prophecies and things like that. This is heavy science. Heavy science. I'm not just saying, oh, this is deep. No, this is real deep. Very deep. All right. So this is the goat, which is Gula. All right. Which is Nina Karak, which is also what? The daughter of Anubis or Anu. Okay. You'll notice that there's a split between An and Anu. An and Anu. Because these are two different energies. But at the same time, a lot of them are depicted, a lot of the Anunnakian stuff are depicted having two faces. You can literally see they have one face right here and one face back here. This is also goes spirit over into Yoruba culture. Okay, when you have Ulegwa, Ilu, which is in Lil. Legwa, or Lugwa, or Lugal. This all deals with dragon languages. This all deals with shapeshifters, tricksters, and things like that. This is why you are never allowed to depict a reptilian in its true form without the highest permissions. So if you did see one, you'd probably have a heart attack and your heart would explode. So if you've seen a fucking 1,000, I don't know how many foot reptilian walking past, why do you think we in human bodies now? They tried to kill us all. But through the encoding of the bloodlines all the way back to the Dogons, Zimbabwe, all the way in there, we are able to create a genetic link so that way we can strain travel, which is a new level of travel which humans cannot access. They cannot access strain traveling. Only us who are extraterrestrial descent could strain travel. We can travel through the strains of our various DNAs and access certain information and knowledge. We can also access certain memories. We can also access certain abilities because we can travel through the strains of the DNA. So when you get a starseed reading or a starseed activation, that is essentially what we're doing. We are riding the strains of your DNA. So unlock those things. To unlock the heritage and the divine knowledge that you are here to pull in, to bring into the earth. So yeah, Ninkarak is Sumerian is referred to as a great physician and also of the black-headed ones, the Sagigamis, which were pygmies. All right, the black-headed ones, which the black-headed ones would what? Corn roll their hair. If you guys didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all also might want to see the Syrian stars on my ear. So, the black-headed ones. Her iconography depicts her as always sitting with a dog, sometimes seated around, surrounded by stars. She is also known as Bao or Bu, where the Ba and Baphomet descends from. It's just a Kemetic version. From the goddess of dogs. Her name is also Mimi. Meme. Think about it. Y'all are using memes. I think that all this stuff is, no, it's encoded in your reality. Me. M-E-M-E. Memes. Okay? So, let's get into my personal part of why I played this Aya Ashae, the artist formerly known as Inki or Inki. You pronounce it with the click for those who don't know. Okay, for those who are scholars and I've been researching the Anunnaki for about 50, 60 years. You're wrong. No, everything you know is wrong because you have no genetic link to this. Your people or your celestial ancestors are making up for about 4,000 plus billion years that they have not been on the earth. So they have to explain to their descendants why they're getting abducted by gray aliens and stuff, because their history on the earth is not here. This is why this goes all deep into Atlantis. It goes deep into your minds being erased. It goes deep into them implanting thoughts. This even goes deep into channelers who are selected by certain beings to channel a specific message from these beings. Because like I said, channelers are picking up a channel. This is why Helen Parks and them, they call their dude Chan and all these. These are channelers. You have channelers, abductees, you have contactees, which I'm technically a contactee. I've had physical contact with aliens and stuff like that. But I'm also an incarnate avatar. All right, which we already went into the avatar concept of that. Okay, so I am a genetic scientist. Gene splicing is my specialty. Gene splicing is used when two or more creatures are not sexually able to reproduce. Okay? Thus, we use gene splicing. We could genetically pollinate or cross the X symbol of the crossing or the planet of the crossing, which I am from. All right? The symbol X is of the crossing, meaning genetic crossing and cross-pollinate gene sequences. The DNA sequence of a gene, all right, determines the amino acid sequence of proteins it encodes. DNA sequence is interpreted in groups of 3 nucleotide bases and called codons. This is why when they say in key, they say I am the power of 3 times 3. I am the power of three nucleotides that are connected to your codons. Okay? You can ride your introns and you can ride your codons. This is for my strain riders, all right? This ain't soul travel. This is traveling through time in your DNA. So the DNA sequence is determined by groups of nucleotide bases called codons. The reptilian is the basis of most species in the universe. The feline connects to the reptilians as well. They are created by reptilian species, also known as Nammu, who created Lyra, Cetus, the underwater jaguar. So when you go into the whole Wakanda, you're talking about a time frame where all the gods incarnated or lived upon the earth in the utopia. Okay? So we have the Cetus constellation. This ain't in my notes. So Cetus is a representation of the mother of Sirius. This is what they don't know. These are all everything was clustered into Sirius. But the unknown thing is that the mother of Sirius, or they take turns. You have the mother and also this child or whatever. That Sirius is the child of Sirius is the mother. But we all know Sirius is the mother of all stars. So you have Cetus constellation, which is depicted as the underwater panther. But in the Kemetic text and all these other ancient times, this was known as the frog constellation. So they came from Cetus to the earth as well. This is where you get the Black Panther or the Lyran race or Basset, right? Basset. You hear the set T in it, that is reptilian. So I won't go too much deep into that, but yeah. So you look that up, you'll see that the frog constellation is, or the underwater dragon or whatever, is Cetus, which is related to Andromeda, which is where the Hashukitin come from, which is the hunter species. Okay, so when y'all see a predator, that is you. You are the predator. If y'all look at the movie Predator, you'll see that they had human genes, that they were coming to harvest human DNA. Why do you think they have all these 6-foot black men with dreads playing Predator? Where do you think dreads come from? This is their tentacles from their hair. Their antennas from their hair. They mine tin metal. because they're from 10th dimension. These beings can go invisible and things like that. They're a form of a Nomos or an Ogdod. And what do they wear? They wear a mask. People who descend from them have the ability to scan people's auras and to scan their DNA to see their soul origins, to see if they're on the right polarity or not. We have a brother that can actually do this. I'm training people who are neurokinetic, all right, who have the ability to manipulate brain frequencies with their hands. So we are coming to a group of people who are extremely advanced beyond what people can even grasp. Like, I'm dealing with somebody who is neurokinetic, another person is telekinetic, another, like, all types of crazy stuff. So the reptilian is the basis of most species in the universe. The feline connects to the reptilians as well. They are created by reptilian species. Okay? They want to cut the history of the reptilian on the earth off the earth. The earth itself is said to be a dragon's heart, the heart of Tiamat. Even further information shows that the amphibious and reptilian can reproduce asexually. How could they reproduce asexually? Just like the first Anunnaki hybrid human, right? Who could produce a child with thought. With mere thought, she can conceive. All she would have to do is meditate, focus her energy on her chakras, and she can conceive a child using her mind. Do you get that? That is a unique ability to be able to produce, give birth asexually. That means that this is an absolute being, that it can split itself up. It can replicate itself. And when you guys see cells under a microscope and they're being split, what do? They're like an 8 and then boom, split. All right. So that they can produce a child asexually. It says that in us as reptilians, we're asexual. We weren't just male or female. I was androgynous. I was male and female. Which is why we had genetics and we created genes and shit like that. So the oldest structures on Earth are underwater due to the flood, and I quote, the flood. We flooded this bitch a couple times. Documented in all religious texts from Sanskrit to Kemetic, all the way to Sumerian, all the way to Hopi, everything you can think of. It's all, every single one document the flood. Now, to mind you that there's several other floods before that, but we won't go into that. These pyramids are all over the coast of Africa and all over the world underwater. They want you to focus on Atlantis, right? Because this was the first mind control base set up by the Pleiadian Aldebaran under the albino Draco. The albino Draco are known as a white lizard race, okay? They are elitist. They are called the Igigi or the Ig-Ig. That's what we call them. We call it Ig-Ig, all right? The Watchers, okay? These in Sumerian are known as the Watchers. Many of you have the real memories of Atlantis. Okay, you know of the large watchtower or radio tower that was used to wipe away everyone's memories. So on Atlantis was just nothing but a raised landmass. They caused a lot of volcanic explosions. They used that to terraform a landmass, and they placed a giant signal tower on there. This is called the Watchtower. Now that I could go this further into the story of Babylon and how they was talking about they built the tower. Why would the gods kick y'all off of this fucking tower? That's because the last time y'all built the tower, y'all wiped everybody's fucking memories off. They wiped everybody's memories out with this fucking thing. And this is why Atlantis was destroyed. Because it was a mind control center. Now you can tell who is all mind control because they all are going to speak about the positivities of Atlantis. Okay, they're gonna all be Atlantis, Atlantis, Atlantis. If a motherfucker's obsessed with Atlantis, they have been dragon wormed. They have been mind controlled, but at a new date. You know what I'm saying? Because these people are getting picked up off the planet. They're getting embedded with shit. You feel me? They're getting abducted and they don't even remember it. I knew motherfuckers that actually had implants in their arms. I had to try to remove the motherfucker, but it was too deep. You would kill this person if you try to remove this implant. But she would go like this and push it, and you would see like a little thing in there. They are implanting people. They implant children with receivers. So a lot of the people that you see on Facebook that are psychics and things now, they're not really like that. It's something inside their brain, and they're picking up signals. So this is why you got so many people like, oh, we hate the Anunnaki and this, because you're picking up a signal from this little chip in your brain that you don't even know they've been fucking abducting your family for thousands of years. They've been abducting you. And this is why y'all see images of owls, gray aliens, and shit like that, because they are implanting people with this stuff. So, and also take into account that the government, right, the same tower that they used, right, to wipe people's memories is the same tower that we have today from CERN. CERN and HARP. They were fucking with the weather. They was doing all types of shit. This is how we got the first ice age. Because Pleiadians can't handle heat. They're literally like anemic. Like, these are like fucking frail white dudes. They're like, you feel me? When they touch the earth, they lose all their glamour and shit. And they just start deteriorating. They deteriorate really fast. This is due to the war on Maldek, where they lost their melanin. They got cursed and they lost their melanin. We took that shit back. So they want you to focus on Atlantis because this is the first mind control base set up by the Pleiadian Aldebaran under the albino Draken lizard known as the Igigi. These are the Watchers. Okay, those with the real memories will remember this large watchtower that wiped away everyone's memories. This is why when y'all look into Scientology, Mormonism, they are all worshippers or Pleiadians. If y'all watch my video, Ether Wars, they talk about Jehovah and the planet and all those white gods and all this shit like that, right? Those are Pleiadians. They push that agenda. Okay, this is why Mormons call it the Watchtower. And they're constantly indoctrinating everybody. This is the Watchtower. Here you go. You want to get your... it's Jehovah's Witnesses. There you go. Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah is the cube that is inside of Saturn, which is built by my brother Enlil, right? Who is the cube maker. He's the Matrix cube maker. He takes primordial matter, assembles it in fucking titanium and all these other weird gold and shit, puts them in there, and then over time, you know what I'm saying, you get a planet projection, and there you go. You got a fake cube. Yahovah. You have 24 Yahovahs and 24 Yahwehs. So these are councils, but the heads of them are like that. So Yahovah or Yahovah or Yahoo or Yahoo. Yahoo, the son of Allahu, which is Lucifer, Lucifer, who is in control of all the machinery that is outside of our matrix. The machines. This is the machines you see in the matrix. All right, that feed off of this reality. So yeah, if you have memories of this, let me know. If you have memories of a giant radio tower that was on Atlantis, that everybody's, oh, we love Atlantis. I didn't even know Atlantis was the ones that fucked us all. They're the reason why we had to do the flood in the first fucking place. Let's flood this bitch. Like, we got to get these motherfuckers out of here. Because these motherfuckers is drinking blood. They killing all types of shit, getting people infected. I got infected. I ended up having to be like a blood drinker and shit. This is the story of Khufu when he became a vampire and shit like that. I was Khufu. I lived 144,000 plus incarnated lifetimes. So this is my stories that I'm telling y'all from these lifetimes. Mysteries, my stories. So, and alter the universal timelines by changing history in their image. After they were defeated, they included the Syrian. They invaded the Syrian colony called Subaru or Sabaru. All right, which is named after the car Subaru. You'll notice that the Pleiades has seven stars, but if you go trace it back to the Chinese culture, some of the oldest culture, Vedic cultures, they say that these had 6 stars, and it was called Sabaru, which was a reptilian colony. Because remember, the entire race, before anything was formed, this was all reptilian, all dragonoid, all primordial chaos beings. So beings that were allowed to live in that chaotic life or that chaotic realm. Okay, was turned into the Pleiades or Pleiades of Jupiter after Pleione. All right, which was a child of one of the Ans or Anus. So they wipe our theirs and our memories by creating genetic viruses that cause deletions via recessive genes. This is why we made the made it very clear not to cross-pollinate our genes with those who are not of melanated descent. Okay? They are currently hijacking the information signals via the photon belt. They abduct blacks to harvest the earth for melanin due to their recessive genes, which can only be cured by melanin. These recessive genes are a curse. With the curse, these recessive genes are what they were cursed with after the hydrogen bomb that destroyed Maldek and upset the balance of the universe. That was the infamous Thanos snap, the first one. Thanos snap, which is actually based off of some other shit too. That's supposed to happen in the future. If y'all haven't gotten to that on my page, look that up. Okay? Which was an aquatic planet. So Maldek was an aquatic planet of gray amphibious beings, which descendants are the pygmies of Ghana and Zambia, South Africa, through the bloodline of the Khoisan or the San people. Koi is a fish, the fish people. Okay? As I, Ea, am depicted with the fish always on my shoulders. I am Koi, a being of the Asian legend who possesses vast knowledge and unparalleled intelligence and skills in his immortality, which is really incarnation. I mean, because if you can come back to Earth 1,000 times, like, you're really just reincarnating. You're really just resurrecting yourself over and over and over again through various bloodlines. All you have to do is fragment your consciousness, learn how to see, how to strand, and I can literally be inside of everybody at once. But that's a secret. That's something I should keep to myself. That I could be everybody at once. So you can have somebody saying, I'm Lord Inky Woopty Woo Woo. You're still talking to Prince Ea in his physical body. You're still talking to me. I just decided to body hop that day or to ride some other strands of DNA because my DNA is literally the web around the earth. Okay? We're going to get into why, how, and all that stuff. So, the Koi being of vast knowledge, unparalleled intelligence, and skills. His mortality, which is the ability to constantly fucking reincarnate. Okay? That's my unique ability. Free him from the binding of death. Yes, that is true. He is sent on a mission to be the eyes of the higher power on earth. So this is the prophecy, the last final part of this, the higher power on earth. That is I. So the prophecy of Psalms 82, I am the great judge of the earth. Yes, indeed. So let's go into this. I am the great judge of the earth. It says here in Psalms 82, it says God. So if y'all go into your Bible or whatever, just replace God with dog or on or Anubis or one of those. I mean, it's all the same kind of celestial energies right there. So on it stands in the congregation of the mighty. He judges among the Anuna or the gods. Okay? Or the Danki, or however you want to go about it, the various councils. How long would you judge unjustly, and how shall you partially to be to the wicked? Defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy, and free them from the hand of the wicked, which are the Igigi. They do not know, nor do they understand. Let's see. See? So it says they walk about in darkness, and all the foundations of the earth are unstable. It says, I said, you are gods. You are all children of On, the Most High. But you shall die like what? Men. And fall like one of the princes. Prince Ea. Hi, I'm the first fallen prince. Welcome to Earth. You know, been here so many eons, just taking care of all the gates and shit. I sometimes sleep inside under the earth or whatever. I've got a human body. I jump in and out of it whenever I want to. Hi, nice to meet you. Okay? Welcome to the earth realm. All right? So, yet you shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God. Arise, the judge of the earth, for all nations, for you shall inherit all nations. So there you go. We shall inherit all nations. So I think that's about it. Yep, it goes a little bit deeper. It talks about how, seeking of the name and all that other stuff. This is not about the biblical text. This is something I wrote. And they use it to enslave my people. So thank you guys, everybody, for watching. I'm going to click on y'all things. That was amazing. allowing me, my higher self, to integrate in himself and speak. So if you guys know, you know. Let's see what else we can go into the comments here. C2's a was good, Marvo. Was good. What's up? Yeah, Ascension. Thank you. Yep, the real Watchman. Yep, that's why I got this on my head. So yeah, thank y'all everybody that watched. You kind of missed a lot, Zamahu. Samsu. Zamahu. So yeah, when y'all see me talking and stuff, I be talking in that language. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like everybody that was in my soul group, which are some of the oldest, we all come here. Yeah, I noticed it was literally only 12 to 13 people here. Literally, this is y'all. I ain't talking to millions. I ain't talking to that. If I end up on that level, so be it. But this is y'all right here. You know what I'm saying? 144,000, the oversouls. You feel me? So I'm gonna go ahead and put some music on. Thank y'all for watching, allowing me to do that presentation. Just in here chilling. Let me see. So we're gonna go ahead and get this going. Where's the internet? So how y'all doing today? Hit me up for services and stuff like that. Drop another video with Bob tomorrow. I am that I am. I am a reptilian amphibious being that was created in darkness, help create humans, help create thousands of other races. I mean, at this point, I'm just a energy in a body with a message telling you that I've been here and I'm trying to get y'all to get the fuck out. Well, not necessarily get out, because the earth is ours. This is what we came to inherit. This is why everybody wants you to think coming off the earth and all that shit. That the earth is paradise until these motherfuckers got here. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. So yeah, in this body, I am 3 races. I am amphibious, I am phelonic, and I am what is it? And I forgot the fuck, aviant. But I'm a shapeshifter. I'm like the first shapeshifter, which came from me having a primordial consciousness, killing my grandfather, and that causing my consciousness to split. Thus, I got the ability to shapeshift into anything I want. So yeah, I was a shapeshifter and shit like that. So a lot of us are. So we really don't have one true form. You know, that would get into a lot of the other complexities. But yeah. Hey, so we're gonna go ahead and go in, drop this video. Make sure everybody share this video. Because I can't really share it. They put my shit on shadow ban. Alright, yeah. Yeah, how could you tell? Hit me up for a Starseed reading, past life reading. I offer all these services. This is why I was placed here, to offer these services. So there you go. Where would you start from? Within? Or like I said, hit me up. I can give you various options. You can start from within, take some shrooms, that helps. I mean, you know, meditation, or just come to me. You know what I'm saying? And I book a session. I got you. Like, I do this for a living. I came here to dedicate all my time to this, literally 24/7. I'm on this. You know, even Marvel be hitting me up at crazy times. So I'm up doing this. This is my path. This is who I am. I came here to gather Earth, the star seeds, and all those in it. So yeah.
Tell me what you want. I can read your mind even from behind. If I was in your phone, let me take you home. I wanna take you home.
It's so rare that I'm here. Don't plan on staying too long. So you should come here. Sit your ass on this throne. It's a special affair.
Better act like you know who I am. Who I am. I bet this could drown. Make you feel nice and comfortable.
Ah. Hope y'all like the new hair look. You feel me? Gonna have to get it redone. But yeah.
Waiting in the dark, I might break your heart. I can get you high if you wanna climb. Cause leaving alone, let me take you home. Wanna take you home. It's so rare that I'm here, don't plan on staying too long. So you should come here, sit your ass on this floor. It's a special effect.
Yeah, of course.
Who I am.
Who I am. If y'all need help growing y'all businesses, Facebook page and stuff like that, that's easy. That's a good one. I know how to grow those, grow groups and shit. Y'all can hire me to help y'all with that. All types of stuff. Hey, everybody grow their hair out, man. This your antenna. If y'all hear this song in y'all day-to-day life, that's me walking past. You already do that. You already do that. You already do that. You talk away. Peace. Peace.